Alright, and we're live. Alright, so, yes, I'm live. Hey, me, yay, hi. Time to do another, Twitch stream slash recording for the YouTube. And, so, it's Cube again. Yay, Cube! Let's see what we got going on here. So, some options. Nothing truly fantastic looking. Worm Coil Engine's just a big beater that helps us stay open. Dig Through Time throws us straight into the blue mixture, but that's probably fine. I don't have a problem with vying for blue in cube. Blue is clearly the most powerful color in the cube, usually, just due to things like recall, time walk, etc. There's Wheel of Fortune if you want to do something in the stormy thing, but also Dig Through Time plays into the storm. So if you want to do storm, both of those play well. Worm Coil plays into the mid-rangey effect, and keeps you the most open, but I'm going to grab the Dig Through Time. I think I just like it the best out of all those. Alright, looking at what we got going on here, I see a few interesting options. I see that there is Counterspell. I see that there's Imperial Recruiter. I see that there's Volcanic Island. Volcanic Island's great for fixing on the blue-red, obviously. Counterspell just being a very powerful spell and just the end-all be-all of answers. And Imperial Recruiter lends itself towards playing the blue-red Splinter Twin archetype, which is something I haven't gotten to do in a while and kind of something I'm potentially interested in. So I'm going to take an Imperial Recruiter here and just kind of roll with it and see what we get. Well, as far as the blue-red Splinter Twin plan goes, there's Manic Vandal, which is pretty solid. It's searchable via Recruiter, and it kills an artifact, which is always important in this format. There's also Compulsive Research, which gives you the draw factor, and having the draw factor is quite good. Can't go wrong with O-Ring. Where are we looking? Oh, we're looking back of the stage. So I'm a little bit ahead on that one. I think I'm going to have to figure out if there's a way to get this thing to update quicker. But we'll figure that out. I'm going to go with... Decisions. I think Manic Vandal will actually wheel. This is interesting. This is an interesting situation that we got going on here. We have things like Duretti, which help us with the draw search function. We have things like Koth, if we want to go into a more red-based build. If we want to go into Grixis, there's Nicol Bolas. If we want to go Jeskai, there's Balance. I have to figure out why my stream's moving so slow behind, but we'll figure that out. That's something to understand on that end later. I like Balance just due to the power level of the card here, more so than anything. Yeah. I don't know. There's always interesting options all over the place, so let's see what we can do here with this to try to get things to figure out. So, let's see. Mace of Ith helps versus the all-in decks. Force Spike's just a good answer to things. Ancient Grudge is one of those artifact removal. Moat could be an option because Moat just stops your entire opponent's plan. And that's about all there is to say on the matter. They just don't get to do anything, pretty much. But I think I'm going to hedge into... Moat is real. Yeah, it's definitely a call between Moat and Maze of Ith, I think. And I guess I can go with the Moat. I don't see a problem with it. Moat is just one of those cards that can just randomly beat a player because they suddenly go, oh, I'm on the aggro deck? Whoops, I'm not doing anything from here on out. So, let's go with it. I like Zealous Conscripts out of this. It does give you more room towards hedging into the Splinter Twin plan because Conscripts Twin is still just an auto win. It just keeps untapping the conscripts, making more conscripts, etc., etc., etc. And out of the rest of all this, nothing super exciting to me. Maybe a Shrine of Burning Rage is alright, but it's not really where I think I want to be, so I'm going to go with the conscripts. From this, I see a few things. Venser is just always one of my favorite cards in existence. There's Outpost Siege, there's Seeker of the Way, and there's Polluted Delta. So there's 4 cards that I like out of this. I don't know exactly if Polluted Delta is going to be worth all that much to us because I know we already passed on a Volcanic Island. So that's not something that we'll get around, most likely. I would highly doubt it. Outpost Siege, I really don't want to be playing with the combo mind focus, because if you hit a piece on Outpost Siege and you just have to throw it away, that sucks. I like Venser, so I'm going to go with the Venser. That's where I'm going to stand on that one. Sarkin or Roast? I don't know where I stand between those. Both are really good. Sarkin is a 5-mana planeswalker, which it's good at destroying your opponent over time here. Roast is just a great removal spell. And I think I favor Roast, actually. Just as a nice solid removal spell. So I think that's where I'm going to go on that one. Wheel of Fortune came back around, which is an interesting thought process. Not really something I'm super interested in taking. I mean, the other option being Temple of Deceit, which helps us only as like a blue Scryland. I guess I'll just grab Wheel of Fortune. I probably won't play it, but it's just probably worth grabbing here at this point. Hellrider and Archangel Athune. Those are like fighting on 2 different tangents. I don't think we are in the Hellrider deck, but it might actually be worth cutting the Hellrider. Although if we slam Moat, the Hellrider deck just kind of goes, oops. Well, if I didn't kill you before that, I'm not killing you anymore. And that's about how that deck goes. I'm going to take the Archangel Athune, though, because I ran out of time, basically, and had to make a snap pick. And Manic Vandal came around, which is what I was hoping for. I guess I'll just grab a Flicker Wisp, throw it in the sideboard. We'll put Sorin over there for now. I don't think we can play a Delver. Oh, there's a Chandra's Phoenix. I don't know if we'll play that or not. Let's organize things in our sideboard here currently. So that's by color. I don't think we'll probably be playing Delver because Delver we only have 4 cards that triggers currently. I don't know. Delver is always hard to play in the cube. I've never been a huge fan of playing Delver in cube. Even in the decks where he is potentially effective, it's still just like, it's hard to set up in cube. Your deck's just not built to set up for Delver. So, it's definitely just one of those things. Alright. Well, so far so good. From pack 1, I'm not disappointed out of this. Wow. Alright, so on color Moxen, which is probably the pick. Fixing, Sensei's Divining Top, Stoneforge Mystic, Phyrexian Metamorph, Face Fetters. Even just, we can't play it obviously, but the Liliana off to the side there is really good too. I'm 99.9% certain we just take the Ruby and just say, cool, whatever, it's a Ruby, awesome. I'm just looking at everything else and weeping softly to myself. On the inside. You can't actually see it. I'm not going to weep on camera. But that's neither here nor there. Well then. I'm always a fan of Upheaval. Upheaval is a powerful as all hell card. Not necessarily good depending on what I'm doing, but you know, upheaval is upheaval? Yeah? Yeah, upheaval. That's something. Why not? We'll take upheaval. Okay. So we've got Pestermite, which is a piece towards the Splinter Twin combo. We've also got Skull Clamp. Well then. Skull Clamp. Pestermite. Skull Clamp. Yeah. I think I gotta take the Skull Clamp. Yeah, I think I gotta take the Skull Clamp. I agree. Card's busted. Card is just busted. Alright. Anyways. We have Glacial Fortress in this pack. We also have Lightning Helix and Flame Tongue Kavu. I'm a huge fan of Kavu. Yes, I agree with the Twitch chat. I don't have a way to abuse the Skull Clamp yet, but we're still early into the packs, and if I get like either of the Elspeths, oh god, that just goes crazy. And technically I could always put in a Black Splash or Sorin. Yes, it does definitely change how the deck works. For this pack here, though, going back to the pack since I only have 15 seconds, Flame Tongue Kavu, I think, is the pick here. It's just a value creature, and it just does work. Okay. That much decided. Let's see what we got going on here. We have an Incinerate as removal. We also have Council's Judgment as removal, and that's just a good catch-all removal. Can even get rid of the annoying things that you just can't otherwise normally get rid of. So, I think it's just what I'm going for. Yeah, Council's Judgment's probably just what I'm going for here. I do like the Temple of Epiphany, but the Judgment is just... the power level on the Judgment's just really good. Looking into the next pack, I see that we have Enlightened Tutor, which fetches Ruby, Clamp, and Moat, which makes Enlightened Tutor ridiculously good for our deck. So, guess what I'm taking? Tutor. Yeah, I'm taking a Tutor. Ooh, Brimaz. Hey, Brimaz. You know what you're good at abusing? Skull Clamp. Yeah. Yeah. I like cards that can abuse Skull Clamp. Let's go with that. Well. This is interesting. Okay, so we have a few things here. We're looking at a Faithless Looting, a Grim Lavamancer, and I'm looking at taking just that Brain Freeze just to say no. And saying no to the person who wants to play Storm and is like, ooh, I passed on a Brain Freeze and it might come back around. Yeah, no, I think... although I'm told I should take the Lavamancer and... gosh. Yeah, okay, fine. I mean, just saying no is good, but I think the Lavamancer is definitely the right pick, actually. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Wow. Sensor's Divining Top came back around? Really? Huh. Interesting. I mean, I think I take the top. Seems like the card to pick. Meh. Sure, why not? We'll take a top. Well then. Do I take Mother of Runes? I don't think it does anything for me. Do I take Parallax Wave? Does that do anything for me? Burning? None of these really do anything for me. I'm going to take Mother of Runes just so someone else doesn't get Mother of Runes at this point. Wow, Tendrils came back. Okay. So, looking at our reasonable picks, Siege Gang Commander works very well with Skull Clamp and with Venser, and makes me really want the Siege Gang Commander here. Bonfire of the Damned's just a good card, but I'm gonna probably take the Siege Gang Commander because, well, yeah. The fact that it works good with both Clamp and Venser is just really nice. Lightning Helix is a fine pickup here. Got no problems with that. So we kind of are red-white with the blue splash option. I'll just grab another piece of removal, and another piece of removal. And another piece of removal. Okay then! Burn spells aplenty. Burn, 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 and burn some more. All of you get to burn. Well then. Oh, hello there. I see that we have some good cards here. We have this Bitter Blossom in black. Don't know about that. We have this Monastery Mentor in white. Well, hello there. We also have a Time Twister, but we're not really going into that. This Venser's cool, but Monster Mentor is just... Yeah, that's a card. Monster Mentor's a card. Also makes clampable tokens. Yeah. I think we're going with this Monster Mentor here. I don't know. Bitter Blossom's good, but... Do you go with the Bitter Blossom, which works better with Clamp, or do you go with the Monastery Mentor, which just works better overall? And I think you go with the Monastery Mentor, because A, we're already in white, and B, Monastery Mentor is just OP. We're gonna go with the Monastery Mentor. Okay, well, there was a Demonic Tutor coming up. Well then. If I'd known that, I probably would have gone with the Bitter Blossom. No offense there. Just like, oh, hello there. Wow. Okay. Alright, so what have we got that we can reasonably work with? We've got, like, a Thundermaw Hellkite as a way to beat down on our opponents. We've got a Resto Angel, which can, like, blink out Siege Gang Commander, Flame Tongue Kavu, etc. We've got Impulse, we've got Steam Vents, we've got Arid Mesa. Solemn's actually really good too. Actually, I do like a Solemn here. I don't know where I go on this one. I probably actually go with some fixing and take this either the Solemn or the Steam Vents at that point. Since we're more creature light, I think I'm going to take the Solemn because, well, I'm told I should take Vents. Yeah, that is a good point. I'm 3 color with 0 fixing. Alright, I do. I'll appreciate that one and say, alright. Huh. A Signet, which is fixing, or Cameo. There is an interesting option. So the Signet's good for fixing, and I like Signets in general in this, which is really nice. There's also Tameo, who is just really powerful and can be very, very good in this format. But I think I'm taking the Signet, mainly because it works better with the upheaval we have, and it works better with the fact that we need fixing. So Signet is. Looking into this, I see a Bolt. And my vision just kind of went, Bolt. I mean, I also saw Fire and Ice, which is really good too. But I just kind of went, Bolt. Take the Bolt. Don't look back. Ooh. Ooh, hey, we actually can have a combo here with our Zealous Conscripts just kind of floating in here. Sorry about that. 1 second, please. Okay. So I think I'm going to take this Splinter Twin here and just kind of be greedy and have the combo in our deck. So, yay. Alright. Inferno Titan's fine. Or actually want the Sacred Foundry, probably. Let's take a Sacred Foundry. Johnny Vengeance? Alright. Well, you can go with that. Yeah, I guess we'll just take this. Put it there. Call it something. Alright. Alright, so far all things looking good here. This deck's gonna need some massive adjustment before we're all said and done. Could almost just be red-white with a splash of blue. Maybe even just red-white is an option. It's interesting to see. This format is definitely a greed-based format, but it's interesting when you look at it and you go, okay, where do we stand currently? And currently we're looking at a deck that's running blue for 4 very powerful cards. Those cards are quite powerful, I won't lie. And they're probably worth playing. The only thing I have issues with is the double blue up at the top end. Don't know. Yeah. Probably grab this Storm Breath here. And this Hellkite here. Seems fine to me. And, 1 or less? Well, that gets 3 good artifacts. I'll take him. Sure, Fire and Ice came around. Alright. Steal a Goblin Guide, because screw that card. Sure, I'll throw a Dualcaster Mage in the board, and there's a Tombstalker. Alright, so, lots of, stuff that'll have to be done here. I could have gone full burn with Vortex. I did not even think about that. Oh well. It's too late. Doesn't really matter that much. There's going to be a lot of work to do on this deck, because we have 32 non-land cards currently, once you count Mox Ruby as a land. And yeah, the deck actually could be a serious aggro deck now. It's definitely quite interesting. I don't know where it stands on anything. The moat probably does get put in the sideboard. I like the random combo factor of twin and conscripts, because your opponent will never see it coming. It's just one of those. I mean, sure, it's not at flash speed, but I mean, I guess if you have 9, it's at haste. But the odds of you having 9 mana are very well. I guess you could actually untap like a mana too. So like, but the odds of that are very slim. I could actually see just playing this as a red-white deck too. So let's take a quick gander at what that looks like. Where we board out all the blue. This could be a red-white deck. At which point I'd probably get rid of this Enlightened Tutor and this Moat. And then we just have to cut one more card here. Yeah, I think I like where this is looking. If I do a red-white though, maybe I want the Goblin Guide and like the Chandra's Phoenix? At which point I guess we could just get rid of this little combo here. Probably, actually yeah, probably just get rid of all of that. What about that? How does that look? Alright, so, let's separate out all the burn here, because I'm kind of curious how much burn we ended up with. Because we ended up with a crap ton of burn, if I'm correct. I mean, you count him as potential burn, but, I mean, like, look at the... Okay, so we have... I guess not a crap ton of burn, but we do have some burn. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, the Dualcaster Mage is definitely another card worth considering here. Because you can even, like, Dualcaster your Council's Judgments to get 2 Council's Judgments. It's definitely a very interesting, plan. Maybe cut the Sensei's Divining Top from this deck, because this deck's going to be leaner on its mana. It's harder to say. Yeah, I think I like where this is standing. So let's put in both of those. And, alright, so right now we're looking at like a red-white early to mid-rangey burn deck with some aggro component. Um, I like it. I like it a bit. I would like actually to be able to play this upheaval, and it is actually a reasonable sideboard plan to board into like this blue package here with the steam vents. We won't be playing the Stoomstalker. We will not be playing Delver, I don't think. I'm trying to think, even with the blue, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. By the way, do we want to play this Imperial Recruiter in the main? It fetches Grim Lavamancer, Goblin Guide. Oh, it fetches Monastery Mentor, which is actually quite important. So yeah, I think he's fine. Fetches Dualcaster Mage, fetches Manic Vandal, fetches Chandra's Phoenix. Yeah, okay. I've convinced myself on that one. Um, Interesting. All right, let's see what it suggests on the mana. It suggests a 10-5 split. We have we have two double white cards here, two double red cards at this point. I'm gonna go with a 9-6 because we have two extra red sources here, and only one extra white source. And I think having an 11 and 7 should work fine. So we'll submit this. And yeah, this was definitely an odd draft. I don't know really how we ended. I mean, you can watch to figure out exactly how we ended up, but it definitely took some weird turns there. But I think I like it. I think it'll be pretty good. So we'll see how it works out come round 1.